I'm not going to lie, you guys. I got to keep this real for you. Before I push record today, and I don't normally get like this, before I push record today, I got a little bit nervous. I think I got a little nervous because I was so excited about peeling back the curtain and showing you exactly what I'm doing right now that I've been testing, that I've been experimenting with, and that I continue to use to leverage my book into consistent high ticket sales. Okay, now my fourth book is called Big Idea to Bestseller. And this is the basis of our coaching program. This is what I teach, this is what I speak on. And I'm going to show you right now 5 different ways that I use this book. Okay, I did the work once and I'm just using it over and over and over again. And this is leading to consistent high ticket sales. Okay, we have people coming in at the multiple 4-figure, the high 5-figure. I mean, we have clients coming in at all different levels, all because of this book. And I want to make it very clear, the number one way that I am not making money is through direct online sales via Amazon or via the online bookstores. The way we are making sales is a bigger vision, a bigger plan, and let's get into it. So the first thing that I am doing with my book right now is I'm using my book as my content creation. I'm using my book as the ideas for my content plan. And so the reason I'm doing this is because I'm using the book to establish my expertise on the topic that I wrote the book in. That way, in people's minds, they associate me with the book and the book with the number one thought leader around how to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book. Factor that in with I am using calls to action in my content that is based on the book that is asking people to DM or comment or to reach out if they want to learn more. Once they do that, I'm using those conversations and guiding them and seeing if I can help someone, seeing if it's a win-win opportunity. And then from there, I'm inviting them to join our program. So I wrote the book. I want you guys to see this process here because this is exactly what I'm doing. I wrote my book. I use that book. I go page by page. I pull out content. I use that as my main content plan. We're putting out something like 2 to 5 pieces of content every single day on social across various different platforms. I'm putting calls to action in there so that I can encourage people to reach out if they're interested. And then I am taking those people who reach out and I'm having a conversation with them to see if I can help them or to see if I can help them get their book done. And if I can, then I'm inviting them to book a call with us and then potentially to join our program. So content creation is a great way to bring in these leads and to sign these high ticket clients, okay? Because it starts with the authority. Number 2 is after I wrote this book, I really wanted to do a live event. And so we created Big Idea to Bestseller Live, all right? A 3-day live event designed to help people achieve the first part of writing their book. We talked about them how to optimize their networking. We talked about how to own your author mindset. And we talked about how to outline your future best-selling book. And so I built this event directly based on the book. And what did that lead to? Well, that led to me selling tickets. So that was a revenue stream. On top of that is the people that attended the live event not only got a ton of value in the actual event and got more done in their book than they have in the last 3 years or even 3 decades, but they also received the chance to join our program with a once in a lifetime offer, right? You had to be in the room in order to get that. We don't offer that offer just normally. And so we were able to bring in a new cohort essentially of clients. We had, I believe, about 10 people that attended the event that had the potential to join us after, and 9 of those people signed up to work with us after the event. So this was a very, very lucrative way, but this event would not have been possible without the book. And we gave away copies of the book. We used the book for the content of the live event and so on and so forth. So the live event is another really great way that we were able to bring in revenue to generate consistent high ticket sales. Now, the third thing that I've done to use my book to bring in these high ticket sales consistently is I've used my book to get speaking engagements and to guest coach in other people's programs. And so here's how this has been working for me. I use my book, I reach out and say, hey, I'd love to talk about this, or I give a friend a book and be like, hey, do you think this would be a topic that your audience would be interested in? And if it's someone I don't know, I'm building the relationship, giving the book as the entry point, and then building the relationship. I'm then using the book as my main talking point in my guest coaching or speaking engagement. And then I'm using the book in the speaking engagement as a free resource saying that anybody who's here right now can get a free copy of my book. All you have to do is go here or message me here. And then I'm using that book to start conversations and invite people to opportunity calls, sales calls, and to join our program. So the book is at every stage of the sales process. It gets me the gig. It's what I talk about during the gig. It's what I give to the people who listen to the gig. And then those people become clients because of the book. All right. Next up is lead generation. I'm using the book as a lead generation tool. Not only are there free resources within the book that once people buy the book, they can actually opt into those free resources, but I'm using the entire book as a lead magnet. We've gifted over 250 digital copies within the first few months of having this book out. I've gifted over 50 copies to events around the country for their VIP members. Okay. There is so much value in doing this for people because they get a ton of value because you're giving them a gift. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's digital. And I'm receiving a ton of value because now I have new leads. I have new people reading my book. I have new people learning about my book. And so lead generation has been huge because once I have their information or once I have awareness, then people hear me from different angles and all of a sudden they're like, dude, this guy's everywhere. Okay. And that's something that's really, really valuable to bring in consistent high ticket clients. Because I want to remind you guys of this sometimes. And I sometimes forget about this too, is like when you're doing a high ticket business or when you're selling something that is high ticket, it's really important to recognize that you don't need 1 million clients for $1 million business. You just need the right clients at the right price point consistently enough. For example, we have programs that range from $5,000 to $50,000 on average, okay? If I sell on average a $20,000 package, then I only need to sell 50 people to make $1 million in the year. Okay, and so that is really, really the interesting thing here. And so I want you to understand that, okay? Because that's why when you're in this high ticket game, people will come from all different angles. But you only need a certain amount in order to hit your revenue goals. Okay, whether that's 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, a million, 5 million a year, whatever your revenue goals are, you got to understand the math to know exactly how these things work. And here's what's really cool. Let's say I get one client a month because of content. Let's say I got 5 clients from the live event. Let's say I get 1 client a month from guest coaching and I get 1 client from lead generation. That's 8 clients a month. And depending on the average value, let's say it's 5,000, that's a 40K a month. If it's 10,000 average value per customer, that's $80,000 a month. So my point with this is that if you want to have high ticket sales consistently, you can use a book in all these different ways. And then people will come in when they're ready and you will be able to serve them at the highest level. All right. Now, the 5th thing that I want to share here is how we are bringing revenue into the business and signing high ticket clients is book sales. Okay. Literally, this is in the form of online book sales. And this is from masterminds and events and programs buying my book either in bulk or having it be required for their audience to get the book. And here's how this turns into high ticket clients. Not only does it create a level of investment because money was exchanged and people who pay attention, but what happens is I have ways in the book to allow people to follow up with me to take the next step. So for example, I had someone reading my book. They reached out to me. Okay. They had bought my book. They reached out to me because of what I said in the book. And they were like, I want to work with you. And I said, okay, let's talk. And then we talked, made sure it was a good fit for both of us. Because look, I'll be honest, like people want to write books all the time, but that doesn't mean I'm the right coach for them. And at the same time, like I may want to work with them, but that might not mean they're ready to work with us. And so it's really important to me, especially in the high ticket world, if you want to build a business that gets results and that is based on integrity, that you help people out and make sure it is a good fit before just taking their money, before just trying to sign new clients. And so what happens here is I sell books, right? And people buy these books. And then they get a ton of value in those books. So they already know that I'm the person to help them. Well, now this makes my job a little bit easier because now I get to ask them questions and learn about them and make sure that they're the right fit for me. All right, this is your business. You get to choose who you work with. You don't have to work with someone just because they want to. You get to choose who you work with. And so back to the story that I was saying is this person bought my book. They read my book. They reached out because I said, if you want to work with us, here's how to do it. They reached out to me. I asked them some questions. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect fit. I invited them to join our mid-level program. They joined, and that was a new client. So with all of this, okay, and I'm gonna give you a couple bonuses here just because I'm really excited about this. Another thing that we're really doing to help build referrals is we're giving away books to our clients when they sign up. So we're giving books to our clients to welcome them to the experience, to get them really excited because we want them to have really great results. The people that get the best results in any high ticket program are often going to be the ones that are going to be a champion for you. Because if you can help them achieve their result, they're going to sing your praises. And so that's what we really want to do. We start with a great experience. That great experience is in the form of a book. That book allows them to feel loved, appreciated, and welcome. And then from there, bada bing, bada bang, they get great results and they start talking about it. And the last one that I want to do is I've used this book to pitch myself on a bunch of podcasts. And that is another great way that brings in clients fairly regularly. So look, these are just some of the ways that we are using my book in my business to help us bring in consistent high ticket sales. Now, I wouldn't say just all of a sudden just try to do everything that I just shared, but if you're thinking about writing a book, I want you to think about it like this. When you write a book and you do the work once, you can then use it over and over and over and over and over again for the next 5 years, 10 years, even 15 years, or maybe even longer than that, depending on a few various factors. But all in all, when you write a book and you do the work once, you can use it for content creation. You can create a live event off of it. You can use it to guest speak. You can use it for lead generation. You can use it to sell copies of your book. All right, this is how you can use a book to make a ton of money. And so I hope that you're seeing this. You don't have to do Facebook ads, paid group. You don't have to do low ticket, super high ticket. You can have a book and a high ticket program. You can have a book and a course. Okay, your book is the vehicle to the opportunities you're seeking. You don't have to try everything else. You just need to use the book, write the book, show your expertise, tell your story, and invite people to work with you. And that's all it really boils down to. So I hope that you found this incredibly tactical, strategic, but also really eye-opening in knowing that you can do this. You can write this book and you can use it to bring in tons of revenue. Also, while helping so many people. The amount of people that have received a copy of this book, whether it's for free, as a gift, or they purchased it, is crazy in the first few months. And I know that I'm doing my part to make the world a little bit better by helping people feel a little bit more confident, inspired to do their thing. And so I encourage you to do the same thing for you. And so if you want to write a book, then go to bigidea2bestseller.com and fill out the form to work with us. Or message me on Instagram at Jake Kelfer and say you listened to this episode. All right, I want to help you. I want to make sure that we're a good fit. If we're a good fit, I'll tell you. If we're not a good fit, I'll let you know that as well. Your book deserves to be written. Your story deserves to be told, and your message deserves to be heard. Let's go. I'll see you on the next one.